Hi, I'm E.D. Lewis and welcome back to my channel. E.D. Lewis Reviews, back with a brand new review. And also, if you've noticed, I decided to play with the filters a little bit for this video, so if you guys like it, please let me know. If you're new to this channel, please hit that like and that subscribe button and that little bell so you get notifications on my latest videos. And also, please leave a comment if you are not new. Please hit that subscribe button and please hit that like button, and you know the drill with the comments, as long as they're, something nice, nothing mean, inappropriate, or rude, because nobody likes any of that. At least I hope not anyway, but anyway. So it is March. This is kind of a special video. I'm hoping this will turn into a little bit of a series for this year. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So this year marks the 55th anniversary of a character from my favorite TV show of all time. Last year was the 55th anniversary of that show, and this year is the 55th anniversary of the character of Barnabas Collins. And of course, I'm talking about Dark Shadows. Which aired, from 1966 to 1971, and then was revived in 1991 with a revival series on NBC. It only lasted one season, which I had a review on that show. And of course, there was a 2004 pilot that was never aired, but I think you might be able to still watch it here on YouTube, I'm not sure. And also, there was the 2012, which is 10 years this year, film by Tim Burton starring Johnny Depp, which we're not going to talk about because I have my personal opinions of it. Other people have their opinions on it, and other people lay somewhere, in different areas. Everybody has their different thoughts on it. Some good, some bad. We're not going to talk about that movie. That's the gist of it right there. Dark Shadows also continued, by the way, in audio dramas, which are the official continuation of the show, continuing it in the 1980s, as well as stories throughout its history. And that's from Big Finish Productions. This review is going to be on Barnabas Collins in a Funny Vein. This is very much a novelty book. It is a joke book about Barnabas, and there's a nice little picture on the back here of Jonathan Frid as Barnabas Collins. And of course, the front picture, of course, is very cool. This book has no page numbers. On Goodreads, they have one edition they got several editions on there. I think there's at least 5 editions of this book. One of them says 80 pages, one of them says 81, and the others don't say any. This, my copy, which I think is a first printing. Oh, look at the cover's coming off. I have to do something about that. It says first printing February, so I assume that this is a first printing. It does not have 80 or 81 pages. It has more, and I'm not sure how many because I was trying to count, so I just kind of said, heck with it. I'm just going to put in the numbers as close as I can until I finish it. So there's not really a synopsis for this book except for dig the groovy new humor craze that's sweeping the country, inspired by TV's cool ghoul Barnabas Collins, America's favorite pain in the neck. And it has a couple of the jokes from the book in here. The jokes are not great. There was somebody who I was talking to on Instagram who, said that they used to have a copy of this book, and they said it's basically a bunch of dad jokes, and yes, it is. I do find some dad jokes funny, and some I don't. And some of these are ridiculous. There are some of these I don't get. Some of these that some people today would not get unless they were raised on old TV and old pop culture like I was. And there's some that don't even make any sense, and I'm like, I don't get it. And it's not necessarily that it's making a reference to pop culture at the time, which there was a few on here. I'm like, who's that? I have no idea. But I'm like, I don't get what? That's kind of my reaction. There are a few jokes in here that ironically predicted the future unintentionally, and that was, there was one about Nightmare Before Christmas. This book came out in 1969, Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm not sure when Tim Burton wrote the poem for it exactly, which you can buy in a book form with illustrations. The movie came out in 1993, so yeah, it predicted the future, and also there was another part. Oh, it said, what is Barnabas Collins' favorite musical? Now, I know they consider, or try to consider, I don't know, the 1943 film Phantom of the Opera with Claude Rains to be a musical. I wouldn't consider it a musical, but this does predate, though. It does mention what is his favorite musical, Phantom of the Opera. This predates the Andrew Lloyd Webber Phantom of the Opera. So I feel like it predicted the future twice. But here, I'll go ahead and say a couple of the jokes. There's not much more I can say about it. I didn't give it very high stars. I think I gave it 3 stars. So, why did Barnabas leave his girlfriend? Because she was losing her ghoulish figure. Yeah, let's do another one. Okay, we'll do this one. What is Barnabas' favorite fraternity at Yale? The Skull and Bones. Oh, heck with it. We got a little bit of time. Does Barnabas ever do any writing? Yes, he does a lot of scrawling. In fact, when he writes, he scrawls out from under a rock. I'm not picking any of the ones that I thought were funny. I'm really... well, this is our last one. We'll try this. I'm not reading that one. I noticed Barnabas is studying a lot. What's going on? He's just boning up for your finals. The one I didn't read was about Samson, and it had to do with good use of jawbone. It's like, I'm not reading that one. But I just told you it without reading it. So anyway, that's the book. It's a novelty piece. It was only 50 cents when it came out, if you can read that. I got this book as a gift for Christmas years ago. It's been on my shelf. I've only flipped through and read like the first few or so ever. So I finally decided, hey, let's read that. It'll be a quick little read. And so I read it during the month of January. And yeah, it's not great. But if you do get a chance, you might want to collect it or just check it out. Because there are some parts where I thought was funny. And there are parts that are not so funny, and parts that are... I mostly rolled my eyes a lot. But, you know, everybody's humor is different, so you might enjoy it. So if you ever find a copy of this, do pick it up. But anyway, that is my review. I'm hoping to do more Barnabas Collins related reviews throughout the year, but we will see what happens. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Stay safe and take care. Bye-bye.